anytime you listen to Sigur Rós, it's going to be a journey. It's going to be some sort of mental, relaxing, but incredible journey typically. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope that you're having a lovely one out there. Today, I've never really correctly learned how to pronounce their name. I've never really looked at it, but we're listening to the band Sigur Rós. We're listening to the track, I'm gonna try Varúð. This is off of their sixth studio album, Valtari, released in 2012. We're listening to this track because it was a request and was sponsored by Music Addict. So Music Addict, thank you so much for the recommendation, for the support. I appreciate it. And out of all things to be addicted to, music is not a bad one. So good choice on that end. So with this band, I've listened to their album, this album. You listen, you know what I'm talking about. This album, it's untitled. Some people call it, is it 3? Is it their third album? I may be wrong. Parentheses, whatever you want to call it. I listened to that album a long time ago when I heard about the band, and a lot of people were talking about that album, so I listened to it. And I remember the third track on there being incredibly beautiful with the piano build-up and the vocals. I remember that one very well because that was my favorite track from that album, and one of my favorite tracks for a very long time. I just remember that one specifically, but otherwise haven't heard a lot from them. So let's go ahead and jump into the track. We will talk about it after. Now, I was suggested to watch a video alongside with it, but videos, the last time I did a video here, it was blocked immediately. Hence why I really try not to do a lot of videos just because of the copyright. And if the video is blocked, like the video portion, there's nothing I can do to like at least split up the song a little bit to get some of it on YouTube, some on Patreon. So, you know, even though I'll always put it on Patreon for free, no matter what, this kind of thing. So we're just going to listen to the song as normal. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Here we go. That piano sounds very like old and in the distance. It's such a unique voice, the way that he sings. It's a beautiful swell. That's so like beautifully moving. That's really powerful. I love the way these two pianos play, this main melody and then the old one in the back. And the bass bringing in this warmth for this build up. Such a perfect lean and fade into that. That's almost chills inducing. That. Looks like it's fading out there. I was not expecting drums at all. It's like horns and drums hitting at the same time that sounded. Besides the obvious drums. Right? There's something about it. Or claps. A lot of claps. And stomps. That was beautifully euphoric. Beautifully euphoric. The everything about that. That was this close. Well, you know, this kind of. It was this close to giving me goosebumps. It was like I was on the verge of feeling that. In that physical reaction kind of way. On the verge of it. Where to even begin? I love the build-up at the end. I mean, obviously, that was just a euphoric tidal wave. Just massive. Let's start at the beginning. The old-time piano that was kind of playing very nostalgic, almost like an old house, is how I kind of like heard that. It was just really, really nice and, like I said, reminiscing, kind of looking back. And that melody, then you have, of course, all the ambience and stuff that comes on top of it. I would not be surprised if the band is in any way influenced from Brian Eno and the way that he would treat the piano and the music to give it a certain atmosphere and certain spell, I guess you could say, over the music, because I hear that very, very much in here. The singing from Jonesy, I always thought was like very like magical, and it's gentle, it's emotionally powerful, it's vulnerable, but it's strong. There's a lot of emotions that I think Jonesy has in his voice, and it works brilliantly with the band's music, of course, and it fits in so wonderfully. It just gives a certain kind of sound, truly like an instrument unto itself. Jonesy's voice and the way that he sings truly sounds like its own instrument. Yes, the voice is a musical instrument, duh, and singing is a musical instrument, of course, but he does it in a way that I think is extremely unique. and just is very distinctive. And it's just so characteristic of music and the way that it's approached here. The symphony build-up is really nice, and the chorus, the way that the notes are held, getting back to his voice, the way that his voice fits in so well with those symphonic elements, with the strings, and how it truly feels like another stringed instrument in the music, I think is wonderful. And how the chorus is really just the title of the song repeated there twice. It's brilliant. They do that twice. The second time they give you a little bass in there to warm it up, and then some horns, it sounds like. And then that final march to the end, that final march to the climax, that's when the drums pop, 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 pop. And you know it's building up. Listen, you know it's going somewhere. You know it's going to come in. And even though the march to the end does give us a release, it's much more of a progressive release rather than, like, I don't know, a Phil Collins dun 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 and then bum bunch, right? It's a progressive release the way that this builds up, instead of and then just jumping, leapfrogging up here, which it's like the way that moves. I can't speak for you guys, but it's like the music in that euphoria is just slowly building up and filling your body. That light is filling up until it just like releases. I think that is so sensational. The drumming in the end, like I said, the bum 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 bum. Then there's another sound that comes in on top of that, and I was really trying to figure out what that was, and I think it sounds like hand claps, like a lot of people hand clapping, and then perhaps also stomping their feet, right? Like it really did sound like that to me. And of course, you heard some children's voices in there singing, so maybe there was like a children's choir or someone like that involved. Even though on my initial and immediate looking at the track listing, I don't see, or like personnel, I should say, I don't necessarily see, well, never mind, I'm lying to you, because I do see that you have featured here on the album The 16, which is the choir. Well, I guess they're not playing on this particular track. String arrangements are by Daniel Bjarnason here. Choral direction, not on this track. So I don't know who's doing that on this track. Strings on this track, here's your personnel right there. Strings and backing vocals. So I'm just imagining, like I said, I can't say for sure what that sound is. I'm just imagining it as a bunch of people, a choir perhaps, stomping and clapping for that final buildup. And then the guitar comes in on that final buildup. Just like I said, extremely euphoric, really, really good. All the lyrics are in Icelandic, so I'm going to have to translate them here with the help of some annotation. 3 laid out, and fields of everything melted, out, all out. And let's light the bonfire candles and the winds from far away, as who might be something else became brick walls, all everywhere, and enough bones are cold, kills everything. Now, of course, this may not be a direct one-to-one translation, but it's perhaps the best we can get. Warning, warning. So that's what this means. Outside, part of the ice cold, let's light a bonfire where it's evening. And words wait blue cold, let's build again a silver shelter. And winds from underneath as who became brick walls, all everywhere. There laid 1,000 falls and draws everything. Warning, warning. So, I'm just assuming this is a warning to take cover and to take shelter from some sort of impending storm or some sort of impending danger. Hence the walls, lighting a bonfire, building the shelter, escaping the winds, etc., etc. Looking at the Wikipedia article here for this particular track, it says it was also released as the second official single from the album. It is also notably the first release by the band under XL Recordings after the liquidation of EMI. It was used as a backing for an interpretive dance in the 13th season finale of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've never watched that show, but I've heard a lot of good about it. And it did chart in a couple places here. And by a couple, I mean one, in Belgium at 132. So thank you so much, Music Addict, for the recommendation. I really appreciate you sharing the song with me, because that was like I'm still feeling like a little bit of that chills, like the chills feeling, Like I said, it didn't physically quite get goosebumps, but I definitely felt it for sure. Hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you, Music Addict, for the support as well. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Bye.